Hi again. We're still working on the tall flower block, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the applique that's involved in that block. There are some leaves. I believe there's 6 leaves that are this size, and I wanted to show you a method for applique that I'm just kind of taught myself. I use needle turn applique on the project because that is my favorite way to applique. But just like half square triangles, there's a lot of different methods, and use the method that you like. You can use needle turn like I did, and if you do that, then when you draw your shapes with your template, you need to add some seam allowance when you're cutting out. If you're doing raw edge applique, you don't need to do that, or in other kinds of machine applique. But use the kind you like. But this is something that I had seen done before. I had never done it before, and I did this using a piece of fabric and a used dryer sheet. Can you see that? And you put your fabric down on the dryer sheet and sew all the way around it, and I'm going to show you how I did that. But this is the outcome. And this would be great for hand applique. You don't need to worry about tucking under the edges. They're already tucked under. Or if you're going to do machine applique, it would also be great. So, you can't see this because I've sewn over it, but I used my template to draw around, and I put it right side down on a piece of used dryer sheet. And the good thing about this is it's very thin, and it's not going to be bulky in any way in your project. So I sewed all the way around it. Okay? So then you go over here on this side. I'm just going to pinch this up a little bit so I don't cut my fabric. That would be bad. And I'm going to make a little slit, not all the way to the edge, down both sides here. And now before I turn it inside out, and I'm going to do it on this side because it's easier to see, I'm going to cut around here, leaving about 1/8 of an inch or a little more all the way around. And it's good for this to have some sharp pointed scissors. And these are pretty sharp, but I'm going to reach over and get a different pair here when I'm going to clip a little bit. Those little yellow ones, Julie, thank you. My assistant, Julie, thank you. Okay, now to make it easier to turn inside out and to keep your curve smooth, we're going to make a few clips, and you don't want to cut into your seam line, but right up to it. These are really sharp, right to the point. I love these scissors. I'm going to do this on both sides. We're also going to cut this. Now don't cut your sewing thread, but clip that off also. I hope when I turn this inside out, it's a little smoother when I did it the first time, which was the very first time I've done this, so I'm kind of proud of myself that I was able to figure it out without too much trouble. Okay, now we've got your slit, and we're going to just turn, whoop, I forgot to clip this end. I'm going to turn it inside out. You kind of have to work with it a little bit. Coming along. Now, if you get something, I'm going to use this pen, but make sure you have the ink retracted. Just something to kind of smooth that out all the way around and get your points to come out. Okay, once you get that done, you're going to take it to the iron, and press it. You might need to work on the points a little bit. And there you have your leaf. I'm going to stick this in here. Get that point to come out a little bit more. You don't want anything too sharp in there or you'll poke a hole in your fabric. But there it is. Very easy. And it'll give you a nice smooth edge to either hand applique or machine applique.